It's 9:47 p.m. You told yourself you'd stop working early today. You even meant it. But then you said the most expensive sentence a founder can say, just one quick thing. One quick thing turns into 10 emails, then a customer issue, then a teammate questions. Then a payment didn't go through, so you jumped into the system to fix it yourself. You look up, and an hour is gone. Your house is quiet, everyone else is asleep, and you're still paying for your business with your life. Here's the cold truth. Dan Martell hits hard in Buyback Your Time. You don't have a time problem. You have a value problem. You're doing $10 per hour work with a $1,000 per hour brain. In this video, I'll walk you through 6 moves to escape the $10 per hour trap, buy back your first 10 hours, and reinvest that time to leverage it. Stay until the end, because I'll give you a 7-day plan that buys back real time fast. If you're building something, you already know the nightmare. As the business grows, income grows, but the calendar becomes a cage. You can't think, you can't breathe, you can't even enjoy winning because you're too busy holding everything together. This video is not motivational, it's a system. By the end, you'll know exactly what to delegate first, why most delegation fails, how to design a week that protects deep work, and how to stop buying back time just to waste it again. If you're new here, subscribe. We break down the best books into practical tools you can use immediately. Quick question for you. Comment this right now. What is your number one $10 per hour task, the thing you still do that drains your energy? Now let's start at the beginning of the trap. Not in your calendar. In your identity. The $10 per hour work you keep doing just to be safe. Chapter 1. The $10 per hour trap. Right now, your business is quietly teaching you a dangerous lesson. The more you do, the more you matter. So you become the person who does everything. You answer support messages because it's faster. You schedule calls because no one will do it right. You tweak the website, fix the invoice, chase the payment, rewrite the copy, update the spreadsheet, and the craziest part is, it feels responsible. But here's the truth from Buy Back Your Time. Busy isn't a badge, it's a symptom. It's what happens when you use your own time as the cheapest resource. You're paying for growth with your life. Dan Martell's first move is brutal and simple. Start valuing your time like an investor. Because not all work is equal. Some work is $10 per hour work. It's necessary, but it's low leverage. Some work is billed at $100 per hour. It keeps things moving. Some work is $1,000 per hour. It changes the business. Strategy, sales, partnerships, assets that scale. Most founders spend their best hours in the $10 category, then wonder why they feel stuck. So here's your first drill. 2 minutes. No apps, no fancy systems. Time audit Lite. Think about your day so far and list 5 things you did. Just 5. Then label each one. $10, $100, or $1,000. Now here's the punchline. If you're honest, at least 3 of them were $10. In a second, I'll outline the first task almost every founder should delegate because it frees up time and mental bandwidth. But first, you have to accept the paradox. Delegation gives you time, but at the start, it costs time. And that's why most people never buy back their first 10 hours. Chapter 2. Buy back your first 10 hours. Here's the lie founders tell themselves. I'll delegate when I'm bigger, when things calm down, when I finally have time. But the whole point is, you won't have time until you delegate. You don't find time, you buy it. The buyback ladder starts with the lowest leverage work, not because it's unimportant, but because it's stealing your focus. Admin, scheduling, inbox, simple support, booking, basic research, posting, invoicing. That's where you buy back your first 10 hours. Now, the fastest win for most founders is also the most painful to admit. Your inbox is not leadership. It's a trap. Email, DMs, Slack. It feels like work, but it's mostly a reaction. And reaction kills deep thinking. So the first task I'd buy back is simple. Inbox, triage, and scheduling. Not because those things don't matter, but because they don't require your brain. Here's your drill, the first buyback list. Write down 10 tasks you do that drain you. Not the tasks you enjoy, the tasks you dread. Now circle one that happens daily. That's your first delegation target. Because when you buy back one daily drain, you don't just gain time, you gain emotional energy. And this is where most people panic. What if they mess it up? What if customers get angry? What if it slows us down? That fear is real, but it's also expensive. Because every time you protect perfection, you delay freedom. Now here's the mini open loop. Delegation doesn't usually fail because the person is bad. It fails because of what you hand them. Most founders delegate tasks and then get stuck. The next move is what changes everything. You don't transfer tasks, you transfer outcomes. Chapter 3. Transfer outcomes, not tasks. Let's say you finally hire help. You delegate a task. You send a message, "Can you handle this?" And 2 days later, you get the work back and your stomach drops. It's not how you would do it. The tone is off. The details are missing. The result feels risky. So you do what every trapped founder does. You rewrite it, you fix it. You tell yourself, "I'll just do it myself next time." And now you didn't delegate. You rented a pair of hands. Dan Martell's rule is the cure. Delegate outcomes, not to-do lists. When you delegate tasks, you stay responsible for thinking. When you delegate outcomes, you give ownership. Here's the drill that makes this practical. Definition of done. 3 lines. 1. Outcome. What does done look like in one sentence? 2. Deadline. When is it done? 3. Quality bar. What standard must it hit? Then add one more line that frees your brain. Decision rights. What can you decide without me? Example. Outcome. Customer gets a clear answer and feels taken care of. Deadline. Same day. Quality. Friendly, accurate, and documented. Decision rights. You can issue refunds up to $50 without asking me. That last line is oxygen, because micromanagement is usually a symptom of unclear authority. And when your team knows what done means and what they can decide, you stop being the bottleneck. Now, you might be thinking, okay, great, I delegate outcomes, I get time back. Yes, but then the next monster shows up, your calendar. Even with delegation, meetings can still eat up our time. So in the next chapter, you'll learn how Martell treats the calendar like a weapon, not a diary, and why your calendar is a vote for who you become. Chapter 4. Calendar Defense, the perfect week Lite. You buy back a few hours, you delegate outcomes, you finally feel a little space, and then your calendar eats it. A quick call is scheduled for 9 o'clock. A teammate needs 5 minutes at 10:30. A client meeting at noon. Another call at 2 o'clock. By 4 o'clock, your brain is fragmented. You did work all day, but nothing moved. That's the founder trap. You become a full-time responder, and the business starts running you. Martell's idea is sharp. Your calendar is not a list of plans. It's a defense system. Your calendar is a vote for who you become. If it's full of interruptions, you become reactive. If it protects deep work, you become strategic. So here's the drill. Don't overcomplicate it. Perfect week Lite. You're going to create fixed blocks for the only 4 categories that matter. 1. Deep work. The work that changes the business. 2. Team. Leading, coaching, and decision-making. 3. Admin. Necessary maintenance. 4. Recovery. Because an exhausted founder makes stupid decisions. Start small. 2. Deep work blocks per week. Just 2. 1 team block, 1 admin block, 1 recovery block. Then the rule that makes it work. Communication windows. Pick 2 windows per day where you answer messages and email, maybe 11:30 and 4:30. Outside those windows, you're not behind, you're protected. Now here's the mini open loop that most founders miss. Buying back time is useless if you sell it again at a discount. If you protect deep work, but then fill it with random tasks, you're back where you started. You'll feel busy, but you won't build anything that scales. So the next chapter covers what to do with the time you buy back. Because time isn't the goal, leverage is the goal. And I'll show you a simple list that helps you avoid wasting your free hours and turn them into growth. Chapter 5. Protect the bought-back time. Reinvest into leverage. This is where most founders accidentally sabotage themselves. They finally delegate. They finally protect deep work. They finally get a few hours back. And then they spend that time on additional $10 per hour work. They clean up tiny details. They scroll. They tweak things that don't matter. They jump into problems they no longer own. They become busy again, just with a nicer calendar. Free time without leverage becomes new chaos. Martel's rule is clear. When you buy back time, you must reinvest it in high-leverage work. Otherwise, the system collapses. So here's the drill. The leverage list. Write down the 3 activities that actually change your business if you do them consistently. Sales and partnerships. Conversations that bring revenue. Product and offer improvements. The thing people pay for. Marketing assets. Content, funnels, systems that keep working after you stop. Now pick one and schedule a 2-hour block this week. 1 block. That's how you start. A founder's job is not to do everything, it's to do what only they can do. And now we hit the real wall. Not a tactic, not a calendar, not a hire. Identity. Many founders don't get trapped because they lack knowledge. They stay trapped because being needed feels like being valuable. So in the final chapter, we're going to cut that route, the shift from doer to owner. And once you make it, the whole system sticks. Here's the full buyback protocol, simplified into one system you can run every week. 1. Spot the $10 per hour trap. Label your work and be honest. 2. Buy back your first 10 hours. Start with 1 daily drain. 3. Delegate outcomes, not tasks. Definition of done plus decision rights. 4. Defend your calendar. Deep work blocks and communication windows. 5. Reinvest into leverage. Sales, product, and assets that scale. 6. Make the identity shift. Ask, is this what only I can do? And here's the one line to remember when you feel yourself slipping back into the cage. Buy back your time, then reinvest it to leverage it. 7-day challenge. For the next week, remove or delegate one $10 per hour task per day and book 2 hours of leverage work before anything else touches your calendar. If this helped you, subscribe, because we turn the best books into practical systems you can use immediately. Please comment on your number $1 10 per hour task. The one you're done doing. Watch our summary of the 80-20 principle by Richard Koch. It's the perfect follow-up because it shows you how to focus on the few actions that drive most of your results, so the time you buy back isn't wasted again.